Welcome to the Avoiding Chores podcast. I'm your host, Jim Sear, and we talk about outdoor recreation, stuff that goes on the avoidingchores.com website, and anything that I am doing to avoid chores. All right, let's do some Q&A. This is comments left on my various videos on YouTube, or you can look them up on avoidingchores.com or gps.training. And I gotta say, there's a new spamming feature on some of these comments. Basically, YouTube released the feature called Chapters. And I don't know if you ever noticed this in some of the descriptions, some of the videos. People put timestamps, and I've done it definitely in a few videos where people can click on the timestamp and it will jump over it. So they actually took that and actually embedded it into the timeline so you can jump to the chapters and stuff. However, somebody figured out that it's a great way to spam videos by putting in a timestamp to either a porn site or some other website that shows up on your video. So that's increased branding that you definitely don't want. So I got a handful of them over the weekend. But anyway, okay, this one's from Nicole Anderson. She basically says her Vivo Active 3 has all of a sudden stopped recording the number of calories burned while recording an other workout. At the end of the activity, when she saves it, it says 0. However, when she does run, it will record it. So how does that work? Now, that, first off, I would say check to see if there's some firmware that has been updated. Other should do it. I think Vivo Active 3 used other for like weight training and yoga, anything else that wasn't bike, run, or walk. That one's kind of odd. That to me would be check firmware, and I would have to check in maybe some of the settings, but I don't think there's anything that would prevent you to do that. So it could be an issue here. Let's see here. Another question here from the Vivo Active 3 from Nicola Benson. He says here, I have my backlight gesture set up always on, but it only works while during activity. Do you know how I can fix this? Nope, that's part of the settings. So Vivo Active 4 has that when you flick your wrist, regardless if you're doing activity or not, the backlight turns on. But that feature was never on 3. Unless somebody wants to correct me on that. The backlight only turns on when you're doing the activity. So this is when you're doing like winter runs and you need to look at your watch. That's when you would do it that way. Otherwise, I think you still have to tap on the screen. Let's see here. Alexander Friday says here that Garmin does not assist the owners of inReach DeLorme. It's very bad. I do not recommend buying these devices due to poor support from Garmin. Now this one here, I think you left this on one of my older inReach videos. That was when DeLorme out of Maine still were manufacturing them. And they did three versions before Garmin bought them. And they came out with their SC Plus and Explorer Plus before they transitioned everything into Garmin hardware. For more intents and purposes, you can still find the DeLorme branded stuff. I still have 2 of the DeLorme branded GPSs. They should still work in terms of the Iridium satellite, and I checked maybe they kind of stopped doing firmware updates. I know they hadn't done any firmware updates, I think a year after the devices, but the device should still work. There might be some finer detail. I haven't noticed anything in the Garmin forums that talked about this, but that's definitely a concern because there's quite a few of those devices out there, and they're still good devices. So it's kind of unfortunate that Garmin doesn't want to support the hardware that they bought. All right, next one here. This is one that I get every at least one of these every week, and this is on the Fitbit Alta. Yeah, it was the Fitbit Alta. Basically, the Alta, I believe we're up to the 2nd generation of Alta. Anyway, the point is when you do a reset, some of these Fitbits had a switch on the USB charging cable. and I get this comment all the time, is people obviously get a newer generation or they buy replacement cable from Amazon, and it does not include that switch, so therefore you can't do that reset. Now, I have a feeling that it's either Fitbit removed the switch and then there's a different way of doing it, or if you bought it aftermarket, then you're kind of stuck doing that. Faley was asking, what did I ever do to the mesh mod on my kayak? So that was a few years ago when I did the Ocean Kayak Malibu 2 video. That's the pink bubblegum kayak that I got for like super cheap. Heavy kayak, by the way. Also, I had planned to do all these mods and meshes and bags and stuff like that. So when I went out a few times, I didn't feel I needed it, and what was there kind of did it. So I actually didn't do any follow-up videos on that. And that's been a constant theme when I do these things. I don't do follow-up videos. It's unfortunate because most of the time they come a year or two after, and I haven't been doing it. Anyway, let's see. Rob was saying here, on my Kodiak truck tent, the straps, do they rub the paint off in the wind? And this is a comment that I received, another similar comment. Basically, when you have the truck tent, if you see the video, there's a couple of webbings that goes on each end of the truck to kind of hold the sides in place. And people were asking whether or not it flaps and rubs against the truck, basically. The answer is no, because you have them pretty taut. Some people put a little bit of like a noodle, like a foam noodle from the pool, or a towel or something around the buckle. Because in some of the wind, it might vibrate a little bit. It's not enough. It doesn't scrape. You will have that fairly taut. The other thing, too, is there is quite a bit of extra webbing on it, so you may want to wrap that up so that it doesn't bang against the truck. And I remember the first time I went out, it was I had a little bit of wind, and I got woken up the night and said, oh my God, somebody's around my truck, but it's just the strap hitting the side of the truck. So yeah, you can definitely do something about that. But I use it a few times now, and I don't notice anything against the truck. Okay, what do we got here? All right, this is a comment here by, this is on my Frog Togs rain kit. So Frog Togs is a very cheap, very effective piece of rain gear. It is not the most durable. However, I did review on a set, and basically the comment here, one of the sets that I had didn't have any elastics around the legs. So definitely, and I would recommend this too, that you need some elastics on the legs. Otherwise, the ones that are loose, they can easily get caught on a branch or something like that and rip. And let's see, we got Hopsichord Vinyl Gallery says, you can go to the Garmin website, right, but where is it? So this is funny. Garmin.com, that's where you go when you check things out. Especially, this was on an older video, so the caveat with that, if you look at a 5, 6, 7-year-old video, website might be a little bit different. So, buyer beware. Okay, this is another Vivo Active 3. This is for outdoor activities. Mine doesn't stop, it pauses. I'm having that problem just today. I just couldn't save my hike. So this is when you hit the pause button or the start button to pause the activity. I believe the 3, and depending on what you're doing too, it doesn't do that for all the activities. Sometimes it gives you a choice of options. You want to pause it for like 20 minutes or 30 minutes. You want to restart. You want to stop. You want to discard. I know the 4 does a little bit better job with that, but I think with subsequent firmwares they've done that. Again, go back and check on firmware and that. The other thing too, turn on the auto pause feature. That's part of the general settings. And that is about it in terms of comments. If you have a comment on any of the Garmin views that you see on YouTube, make sure you go to anchor.fm/avoidingchores. There's a little voice message feature there. You can leave a message and leave your questions. And if I'm able to, I will try to feature it on the podcast and try to answer it. But tell me
no,
what?
Not that. No, not you.
No.
This.
Oh, so what are you trying to do now?
I'm trying to... Oh, what's this?
Try to choose your outfit? So what's this game again called?
Roblox.
Roblox. Now, why is this better than Minecraft?
Because it's a lot more fun.
Like, how is it more fun? Is it because it has nicer outfits and the people actually look like people, not blocks?
Oh, he wants me. Nope.
What's that?
That's a stroller.
Oh.
For the baby.
So why do you need the stroller? Oh.
For the baby.
Oh my Lord! So you're carrying a baby in a stroller?
I got down. I wanna you see this?
Yeah. What is this?
I want the here.
So that's like your clothing inventory that you can dress you up.
Yeah.
So is this because the stuff looks nicer than in Minecraft?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it actually looks like real things, not. And is there a lot of stuff that's free, or do you have to pay for stuff?
There's a lot of stuff free, so
Okay.
almost all of this is free.
Okay. Not like Minecraft where we would have to pay. You have to ask Daddy to get some money so you can actually buy clothes and a shirt, and at least you can do stuff. What's your nickname on this game?
Nickname? They don't let you have a nickname.
No? Okay.
I don't want this.
Yeah, I should probably look at some parental controls here to see what's going on. It seems like there's more parental controls here for Daddy to make sure that,
That's what
people that says God Doomsday doesn't chat with you. It's a good thing you can't read English. You can only read French, so that's pretty good.
I can read both.
You can read both? How old are you?
6.5.
Well, you're 6 3/4 or maybe 6 5/8. Your birthday's coming up pretty soon, so.
No.
Yeah.
I
Right.
said,
Mm-hmm. What are you eating?
cheese.
Cheese. Hey, what's today?
Oh, yeah.
Avoiding chores. I am in my mobile studio, which is my truck. I got my iPad Pro here and using the iPhone, shoot some video. I'm at Laurie Provincial Park. I don't know if you can hear. Well, I think you can hear that. We got, supposed to be a park. I'm inside. I'm actually inside the day use section of Laurie Provincial Park. Being on a Monday is kind of quiet, so I'm in the day use section. Needed to get out of the house, come here and shoot some video. Actually, I am shooting and editing video for the Zoleo device. This is that two-way satellite messenger, kind of the replacement for the inReach. I've been doing focusing since February on it. And I think I got one video on the website. However, I've been producing other videos that I give to the Zoleo folks, so you can find it on their official YouTube channels. But if you go to avoidingchores.com, I have a post on Zoleo, and I've attached the videos to the playlist. Or if you're on YouTube, I have a playlist called the Zoleo, and you can check that out. So right now I'm doing a couple videos on messaging, a little bit more deep dives on the different types of messaging you can send, weather, let's see, what's the other thing, all the settings and all that kind of stuff. So it's pretty nice to get in there. They're going to be doing a little software update, I think, but I think in terms of the features, it's right there. Feels pretty good. The whole point of the Zoleo, the biggest thing is the messaging app that goes with it. It's really meant to be a seamless message check. So basically, it's kind of like when you had smartphones, right? How it would send a text message. You either will send it via Wi-Fi or cellular, whichever one was available. This one here works on the same principle. Basically, it will go from the cheapest sending method to the most expensive. So it will start from Wi-Fi, go to your mobile, and then those two aren't available, then it will send the message via satellite. And of course, it uses the Iridium, uses the latest Iridium chip. I forget that it has an X in it somewhere, but it's supposed to be a lot faster. And indeed, this is something that I've been noticing. It is very fast when it sends up messages up and down. So it's a pretty interesting device here to do that. But basically, we've been, last week, the reason why the podcast has been kind of short is because we've been doing a lot of chores, getting the house ready to put on the market. Right before we had originally planned to put the house up for sale around May, and this was before COVID and all that stuff, so we kind of put plans on hold, and then we had decided to just resume our activity, and we're doing the last big push for the last things we need to do, which is haul out all the junk, haul out all this renovation material, construction waste, stuff in the shed, all that stuff. So we got a couple junkery bags. This is basically 1 or 3 cubic yard vinyl or nylon bags that you can just fill with all the stuff, and then you give the folks a call. They come by with a little flatbed truck, and then they just haul it off. So it works really well for us. We're able to put quite a bit of stuff in those bags, and it's kind of reason why I'm here in the mobile studio is because there's not enough room in the driveway with the truck, in the junkery truck. So I'm out here, and hopefully they'll be coming by in the next couple hours, and then I can return back. But we're basically almost done getting the house, getting it show ready, and in fact, we've kind of put an offer on a place, on a lot. We've opted for a new construction, and it's going to be very interesting. The market here in Halifax is ridiculously hot right now, and since we're selling our first starter home, which is a duplex, these things are pretty much in demand, and we've been kind of lucked out a bit. Our area has been building out around us with very expensive houses. However, we're probably one of the few ones that have actually modified and did renovations since we bought the house. So everything has been overhauled in the house. Everything's brand new, replaced, windows, doors, all that stuff that we've been doing over the last couple years. I think the only thing that we haven't even touched yet are the appliances, which is we only changed I think the fridge and the dishwasher was the only 2 things that we had to buy. Everything else is still working fine. So anyway, I think we're going to put that out on the market very soon because things are still pretty hot here. So that's what we've been doing the last little while. Job-wise, things are picking up with the job. My employer, has been very busy. Very, very busy. We are, for those who don't know, I'm a IT consultant, specializing in certain ERP software. But basically, there's been a big demand for our location in terms of skills and pay and all that stuff. So we've been very busy and picking up the slack that, I think, Europe and North America really benefited from the work from home and the internet, and places like India, though the ability to switch to work from home wasn't quite as smooth as one might think. So that means that some of that work came over to North America, so we'd be able to fill that out. So that kept the workplace fairly busy. For me, I do have a little bit of bandwidth, so I've been working on certifications. That is a big shift in the marketplace for me. Even though I'm skilled and with many years of experience, there is a very big push to get certified, especially when you're presenting to clients and stuff like that. You need to have your certification. So I currently have a subscription. I can take 6 exam attempts. I've passed 4, and I got 2 more to go. So my hope is to flex it, get 6 out of 6. And because might as well take advantage of it, right? You're at home, you're kind of focused, and you can balance things out that way. And that's it for another episode of the podcast. Hopefully it's a little bit entertaining this week here. as we ramp up for a Canada Day weekend and July 4th weekend. So hopefully everybody in North America can enjoy a little bit of barbecue, a little bit of beach, a little bit of something as things start to ease up, at least here in Canada. Not quite sure what's going to happen in the States there, but hope for the best. If you want to check things out, of course, you can go to avoidingchores.com or gps.training for the latest content. If you want to leave me a voice message for a comment or feedback that you want to appear on the podcast, you can go to anchor.fm/avoidingchores. Otherwise, we'll talk to you guys next time.